Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you all? I hope everyone is cool. If you can hear me, let me know. I wish there will be no interruption of load sharing. I wish. Just let me know if you can hear me, everything is okay or not. I need to know that before starting this live. At the same time, make sure that you have joined to this poll. So please push your vote over here. I need to know how many people are bullish today, how many people are bearish, and how many people doesn't have any bias. So I can see that 23 people voted over there out of 48 people. Please vote to this area so that I can know maximum of you what you are looking for. So far I can see that it's a bullish run, but let's see if it is actually bullish or bearish. Join to that poll, please. Okay, no bias. I can see just vote over there, Sachin. Hey, IRL. Hello, brother. How are you? Good morning, Madhu. Pamela Sophia. Thank you, sister. We can hear you. Thank you, Baragan. Sachin, voice coming, sir. Thank you. Let me talk about this price action a bit. I'm not going to do the pre-market analysis today because I don't have in bias today. So I'm not sure that it's a bullish market or it's a bearish market because Wednesday and Thursday most of the time market makes the liquidity for NFP, which is going to be released around Friday 8:30 a.m. So I really don't have any bias today. But so far from this daily chart, I would love to see this market will trade that daily bullish fair value gap over here, and then it will start to go higher. That is my primarily I'm expecting like that way, but I'm not saying that it is going to happen. I'm expecting like that way. I don't have any bias. Okay, so from the daily chart, this is all I have. I will go to directly in 15-minute chart because I'm not interested to do the pre-market analysis today. And as you can see, the daily bullish fair value gap aligned with this sell side liquidity, all of this sell side liquidity, as well as this new week opening gap. So let's see how it is going to react over there. Market failed to close the last fair value gap from 15-minute chart. I was pretty much confident that it will trade the high of this last fair value gap, but as the market was overzealous, so it fall actually without without going higher. It has used today's new day opening gap. You can see this green line over here. It has used this new day opening gap. By using this gap, it is falling before 9:30. So before 9:30, it's really a big expansion. Now let's see if it can take that sell side liquid and can trade that bullish fair value gap before going any specific level. Just not interested to do the pre-market analysis. Instead, I would love to talk to you guys. So would love to know about your concept. Okay, your thinking about today. Before going over there, I would love to talk about 7 a.m. kill zone entry because I took that entry because J Marquis from my Discord, he has taken a buy here from this area by using the water block and propulsion block. So I decided to go for the 7 a.m. kill zone entry. This entry is really so beautiful if you can understand the whole concept about the 7 a.m. kill zone. And it's absolutely very easy to understand. Okay, so I would love to talk about this a bit, and then I will talk to you guys about your idea about today's trading. Come on. 7 a.m. kill zone entry is very specific, and there I have to look for some specific things to happen before going any kind of trade. Don't think that this is hindsight or everything. While I took that entry, I shared the screenshot in my Discord and I explained, but I keep taking the screenshot by trailing stop loss and shared it to my Discord. Okay, so it was live. Now it is hindsight, but it was live while I was taking that entry. Now around 7 a.m. kill zone, the most important thing is you have to look for the price action in between 6:30. Sorry, here 6:30 to 7. Where is 7? Here 6:30 to 7. This price action is Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ki. Ki. Oh, yo. Acha. Acha. Oh, yo. Acha. Acha. This is very specific, and all I have to do is, in while this market will come to the 630, okay, exactly to this 630, I will look for the price to take either the sell side liquidity or the buy side liquidity. But here one thing is important, and that is it has to be relatively equal highs or relatively equal lows. If it has taken some kind of single high or single low, it's not acceptable. It has to take relatively equal highs. It can be 2 high, 3 highs, 4 highs, doesn't matter, but it has to be at least 2 highs or 2 lows. Now while this market fall, you can see all of this relatively equal lows has been taken. This all of this relatively equal lows has been taken while market came into this 630. Okay, so I was really interested to take the buy. I was watching this market. I have seen Marquis execution as well, but my buy or my pushing button can't be before 7 a.m. So if the setup has been created exactly around what to say, I mean the kind of 6:59. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, my sister is praying, my mother is praying, they are praying, and my niece is with me. So after finishing their praying, they will take her from me. Now she's crying. I don't know why. She's on my lap, but still she's crying. So while market came inside this 6:30 a.m., it has taken the sell side liquidity, which is relatively equal lows. All of this liquidity has been taken by that 6:30 run. I was more interested to look for buy, but I have to look for the buy around after 7. Okay, exactly from 7. So if I get the displacement around 7, I will look for the buy over there. You can see this, that 7 candle, it's not the displacement. Then finally I have found the displacement over here around this area. So that was the displacement, but unfortunately it didn't tap to this gap. So I was thinking about a buy over here, but I failed to take that buy from here. So if I could take the buy exactly over here, that would be a very small buy. I could take that buy over here around this area. The stop loss would be below that candle, which has made this fair value gap. Yes, sir. Guys, I'll be back. Just give me 1 minute. So while I got this displacement, I was thinking about a buy. So my plan was to take the buy until this area, that was the buy side liquidity. So it should be the partial over here around this area, that has to be the partial. And then I was planning to hold my trade until this buy side liquidity over here, okay, around this area. So that was my plan, to take the buy. After taking the partial here, I would hold my trade until this buy side liquidity, or maybe to the last fair value gap. That was my plan. But unfortunately, you can see that market didn't give me the entry over here. So this candle didn't tap to this fair value gap. So I missed that buy. While I missed that buy, in the meantime, I have seen that this market has taken that relatively equal highs. All of these relatively equal highs has been taken over here by that run. After taking it, this was the displacement. That means market was the candles over here, and this fall is absolutely different. Okay, so I framed my sell from this entry fair value gap over here. This was the entry fair value gap. I took my sell exactly from that entry fair value gap. My stop loss was one tick above the breakaway gap. This was the breakaway gap. It was just one tick above that breakaway gap. You can see the execution over here. My first partial level was here. This was the first partial level to the top of this gap over there. And finally, I took my profit exactly to this sell side liquidity around this area. So that was my, okay, it was went a bit higher. Actually, I think I targeted the rejection block. That is it's saying showing over there. But I was thinking about this one. I took that entry through my phone. So I think I targeted that rejection block. I have no idea exactly where was that, but this was the frame of that setup. Stop loss was one tick above that candle, which has made this breakaway gap, and that was the first partial for 19 handle or 20 handle. I guess it was 19 handle something, and I have targeted until this rejection block, which was 34 handle. That was the 7 AM kill zone entry. Around the 7 AM, the logic is market has to take the sell side liquidity or the buy side liquidity. If it has taken the sell side liquidity, and I could see the displacement of these two candle exactly around 7 AM, then I could take the buy from here until this buy side liquidity. At the meantime, while market has taken the buy side liquidity as it was in premium, and market has taken the buy side liquidity as well, this sell side liquidity was so clean to me. Here, this sell side liquidity was clean to me. I was framing depending on that displacement. This entry is valid until 7:30. So if the setup has been created after 7:30, I wouldn't take any kind of buy or sell over here. So this is how I read the 7 AM kill zone entry. I have talked about this in my live last few days ago, 3 to 4 times. But if you understand this logic, which is 6:30 to 7, market will take the liquidity and you will go against the way it will take the liquidity. You will go opposite way after the displacement. So if you get the displacement, you will take the buy depending on that displacement. The way I took that sell, depending on that displacement, I would go for the buy depending on that displacement if it would happen after 7 or around 7. 6:59, it is not valid. Okay, that is why I missed that buy. Instead, I took that sell. Here there was the new day opening gap. Okay, so all of this new day, this two green line is the new day opening gap. It was here around this area. I didn't see that there was the new day opening gap. I didn't see that did it trade any fair value gap or not. I didn't see that did it trade any 15-minute or higher time frame PDR or not. All I have seen, market has taken the buy side liquidity, then gave me the displacement. If I go to yesterday's 6:30, it will be much more clear to you. Okay, so let me actually go over there so that you can understand what do I mean by over here. So this is that. Now it is absolutely hindsight, but if you believe me, I would see the market exactly the same way I have seen it here today. Okay, this is the 6:30 and this is the 7 AM. Okay, this is that 7 AM. Now if you take a closer look over here, this market came here from here. This is the 6:30. Market entered into 6:30. It has already taken the sell side liquidity, right? It has taken the sell side liquidity. Did it take any buy side liquidity? No, it didn't take any buy side liquidity. It has taken the sell side, sell side, sell side. It is taking the sell side. All I will do, I will wait for 7 AM displacement. If I get that 7 AM displacement, I will go for the buy from that displacement. Look at that displacement exactly to that candle which happened, created exactly at 7. So I would love to take the buy here from that fair value gap. Stop loss has to be at least below that candle which has made this fair value gap. So I'm going to remove this line so that you can see this candle. Okay, just one tick below that candle, or if you see any, if you can put the stop loss below the liquidity taken low, that is the best case of scenario. But I can't do it. As you can see, it's 62 handle. So I will take that risk. Maybe I will cover that entry fair value gap or the last fair value gap. I don't know where I will cover. Okay, my target will be this last fair value gap over here, this last fair value gap, or maybe that last fair value gap, whatever it is, I will go for that. In the meantime, I will take some partial in the most logical level. If I have the partial level, look over here, this order block around this area or the last fair value gap. So let me show you this last fair value gap. Actually, more than order block, I would love to show you the last fair value gap. So this last fair value gap will be my first partial. Now you can say that, brother, it's not a good trade. You took the buy here and your stop loss is 15 handle. it is 21 handle partial. I love to take the partial around 1:1. At the same time, 21 handle is not that bad. Now it is hindsight. No, sir, it's not hindsight. You can see today's execution over here. I took my entry over here around this area to this fair value gap. I took my sell and I took my partial to this last fair value gap. See this last fair value gap, I took my partial over here, which is 18 handle. So my stop loss was here, which was near about 8 handle or something like that. But I took my partial to the last fair value gap. That was the most logical level for me to think about the reversal. So market can simply reverse from that last fair value gap. I was worrying about that. So I took the partial over here. You can see the partial here, exactly over there. Okay. So I took the partial exactly to this last fair value gap. Same thing over here. I would love to take that buy around this area. Where was that? I think, okay, here. I would love to take the buy here. I will take the partial there and I will put my stop loss to the break even. After taking 21 handle, I'll get stopped out to the break even, or maybe I'll trail my stop loss because I trailed my stop loss too fast. You can see if you have watched my live execution or kind of my entry I have shared in Discord, you can see how strongly I actually trailed my stop loss. So I will trail the stop loss so dramatically. So maybe I will cover some other profit as well if I can actually. So here, let me go to another 6:30 to 7 so that you can understand that logic. I don't know you guys are getting bored or not, because I'm talking about this because this is one of the easiest way to trade 7 AM kill zone. All you have to understand the fact. If you can understand the fact, it's not going to give you 100% winning rate, but you will get some win, that's for sure. Okay, so let me mark the 6:30. Okay, so here is 6:30. This is the 6:30. In between 6:30 to 7, I would love to see any kind of liquidity has been taken. So it has to be relatively equal highs or relatively equal lows. So you can see market entered into 6:30 exactly over here. Okay, so it is falling. It has already taken a lot of relatively equal lows here. See this relatively equal lows, even this relatively equal lows. Let me show you this relatively equal lows here. Okay, this relatively equal lows, everything has been taken in between 6:30 to 7. Did you see here liquidity has been taken? Am I seeing anything else? No, nothing else. Look at this light, this candle. Okay, this is exactly the 7 AM candle. 7 AM candle. If this expansion happened in 6:59, no, that entry is not valid. The expansion has to be happen exactly 7 AM or after 7 AM. So while I got this expansion and I have seen that market has taken the sell side liquidity, right? This is that expansion. What I'm going to do? Am I going to take sell, or am I going to look for selling opportunity? 100% no. I will take the buy over here and I will put my stop loss one tick below that candle which has made this parallel valid. Now as you can see, it's 22 handle around the 7 AM. More than 15 handle, I don't appreciate that. Okay, more than 25 handle stop loss, I don't appreciate. So as it was volatile, I think I will put my stop loss below that fair value gap. I'll take that risk. If I get stopped out, then I will try to take re-entry. If it stopped me out, I'll take re-entry. Otherwise, I'll go for that. Where is going to be my first partial? See this last fair value gap over here. This is going to be my first partial here. Now, as you can see, until here, it's 42 handle. This will be my target. I will target here and I will take some partial around this area. So around this liquidity level over here, I will take some partial over here, exactly over there. And I will try to hold my trade until this last fair value gap. Not going to hold it for so long because still it is 42 handle. So I don't see how long it will go. I see how many handle I am going to get in a specific area or in a specific zone. This is 7 AM kill zone. So in that 7 AM kill zone, if I can catch 42 handle, man, that's more than my expectation. Logic, did I change any logic over here? I didn't change any logic. 6:30 to 7. I have still some time as I'm not going to do the pre-market analysis today. So let me show you another one example. So this is going to be the last example for 6:30 to 7 AM. So that all of your confusion can be cleared. I'm really waiting to see if I can show you a losing trade. Okay, so that is why I'm waiting to see if I can show you a losing trade. So here this is that 6:30, exactly 6:30, and you will mark 7 a.m. Now it doesn't need to take the liquidity in between 6:30 to 7:30, but it has to seek for the liquidity after 6:30 to until 7:30. Okay, so here while market entered into 6:30, it was going higher. So what it has done, look on your left, all of these relatively equal highs has been taken. Now, did you get the displacement? Yes. Are you going to take the sell or buy over here? Absolutely not. Why? Your trade has to be, it has to be exactly after seeing the displacement from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. So exactly this is the 7 a.m. kill zone. Okay, so 7 a.m. kill zone happened here. This candle is the displacement candle. Okay, look at all of these candles, all of these candles, all of these candles, and look at that candle. It's a clear displacement. What I'm looking for, of course I'm looking for sell because market has taken the buy side liquidity, so I'm looking for sell. If this, while I will see this gap, I would love to take the sell from here. Stop loss has to be above that candle which has made this parallel gap. As you can see, it's 25 handle. I'll take the risk until here. Maybe we'll go maximum 15 handle stop loss and see this last parallel gap over here, that last parallel gap. Now I don't saying that you have to take the partial around the last parallel gap. Take your partial wherever you love to take, but I would love to take the partial this last parallel gap, and then I will hold my trade maybe a bit lower as long as I can. Unfortunately, market didn't give me the entry over here. If this candle could tap to this gap, I would look for the sell for some certain level. Okay, but it actually didn't give me that entry, so I'm not going to chase the market. Chasing market is not the ICT concepts. You can't chase the market. If it give you the entry, you will go for the trade. Now, where ICT talked about this, sorry sir, ICT didn't talk about it. It's my observation. I have seen the way I can make trading too much easier, and I have found that this is really too easy to trade the 7 a.m. kill zone. If I can notice this one, all I need 1 minute chart, no 15-minute chart, hourly chart, daily chart, nothing. All I need just 1 minute chart, and I have to look for 6:30 to 7:30 what market is going to do. If it has taken, remember, liquidity has to be relatively equal highs or relatively equal lows. If it has taken buy side liquidity, I will wait for the displacement in between 7 to 7:30. If I get the displacement, I don't need market structure shift, I don't need fair value gap, sorry, inversion fair value gap, I don't need order block, I don't need breaker block, I don't need rejection block, I don't need turtle soup, I don't need anything. All I need displacement and the fair value gap to that displacement leg. If I can get the entry over here, stop loss I will try to put above that candle, but my maximum stop loss is going to be 15 handle. If I get stopped out, then I will observe that high or that logic, is it going higher, or if I see that no, it didn't go higher, instead closed below this gap one more time, I'll take re-entry with the same stop loss. Otherwise, most of the time I know that I'll get my profit. I will take most obvious partial level or low hanging fruit, which most of the time I look for either relatively equal lows or the last parallel gap to take my first partial, and then I will hold my trade as long as I want by trailing the stop loss. This is how I trade the 7 a.m. kill zone, and in my opinion, it is one of the easiest. No need to chase the market, no need to get upset if you miss the trade, no need to force the market to give you the entries or something like that. It's just my observation. I'm not asking any of you to go for trade tomorrow. You can observe. If you find it good, you can use it. The way you are using the first presented gap, the way some of you are using the macro entry. Let's go for the macro today. What do you say, guys? Macro trade, which I have done 1 year ago. I have framed 23 trades out of 7-8 days. Out of 23 trades, there was 19 winning trade, 4 losing trade. So let's go for the macro today. What do you say? So this is the easiest token. Okay, that is the 7 a.m. kill zone entry. It was absolutely okay to take the buy, but here this displacement was too high. After taking the liquidity, it was too high. So I don't like to take any kind of entry over here because it most of the time it doesn't give me huge partial. That is why I don't like to use them. But while I have seen that market has taken the buy side liquidity, what is the time it has taken that buy side liquidity? 7:11, before 7:30, after 6:30 to before 7:30, and got that displacement. Here, see this displacement. I don't need anything else. I would love to take the sell from that gap. Yeah, I know that I can get stopped out here, but until this high is not taken, this market will fall. I'll take a re-entry. That was the order block that has traded that fair value gap. See this order block? Trade that order block, keep falling for this sell side liquidity. Then it keep falling. I don't care about that. Isn't it too easy? Isn't it like drinking some water? How easy peasy that trade. Thank you. You're most welcome, Sophia. Good morning, Rajiv. Okay, guys, I can see that 130 people are over here. I would love to say that if you don't push the like button, if you didn't push the like button, please push the like button. Make it 50 likes before 9:30. And please join to that vote. I would love to see how many people are bullish, how many people are bearish, and how many people doesn't have any bias. I don't have any bias today because in NFP week, Wednesday and Thursday market most of the time makes the liquidity for NFP. No trade is valid from 11:30 a.m. today to until 8:30 a.m. Friday. No trade is valid in between this time frame. So if you would love to trade, ICT told don't trade in when this NFP week. If you are overzealous, you can trade until Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday. No trade is valid Wednesday and Thursday. But I prefer to trade Wednesday morning session only. Okay, because most of the time the Wednesday morning session is really so beautiful. That is why I'd love to trade the morning session, but I don't have any bias today. Go for the macro sell. Let's see, Sachin, if I don't forget, by the way. Macro is very specific. 950 1010 macro, 1050 1110 macro. All I need just the liquidity taken, market structure shift, parallel gap. That's all I need about the macro trading. We have 10 a.m. news, so the 10 a.m. macro is not valid because we have 10 a.m. news. If there is a news, the macro entry is not valid. So I will go for 1050 to 1110 macro only. Trading today is the lowest probable opportunity. So make sure that you're very careful about your trading today. Okay? I'm more interested to see this market will come to this daily bullish fair value gap before going higher. That was the sell from yesterday. So not from yesterday, from Monday PM session. It was a very nice, beautiful sell. By the way, guys, if you remember yesterday's PM session, I came to live and go for the trade. So I actually shared it in our Discord. Wait, the PM session. The PM session. I guess the entry was here somewhere. Yeah. That was the entry. ICT took the same entry, same exit, everything was same. Okay, I took buy. I explained why that buy was valid. I explained that things the same entry ICT has taken as well from that candle to until this area. So that was my buy side liquidity. I took my entry until this buy side liquidity. It was in live yesterday's PM session. If you remember, I just came, took that entry, trailed the stop loss with explanation to say that it can fall. Okay, so I was afraid of this falling, and then after this fall, this was the last entry opportunity around yesterday. Actually, that was the last entry opportunity. Unfortunately, I am not able to go for this trade. It is before 9, after 9, 3:45. Light off could you? New subscriber here. Hey Ski, how are you, man? You're not new. I read your name before. Ski, yeah. Brother, why market is going to down? Because of NFP, brother. It is trying to make the liquidity for NFP. NFP week is difficult to trade because of the direction. Okay. Good morning and walaikum salam, Morshad. The first gap, which consider more than 5 handles, is the first presented gap. After tapping on that, you can look for 25 and the stop loss should not be more than 25 handle. Yeah, absolutely. Sachin. Good morning, brother. I'm staying on the sidelines today due to NFP week and Trump is going to be speaking sometimes today. Wow. Then it's the lowest probable day for trading. Everyone, I would love to recommend you to go to the paper trade. If Trump is going to speak, then it's gonna be shit today. So you should be the sideline, okay? But if you are okay with your Eval account, then stay over here because Eval is Eval. We have to take the risk with Eval to pass them. Good morning, Gang Jam. 10 a.m. news. Yeah, no trade is valid before 10 a.m. Mick, good morning. Jack, morning. I will be active on your live, sir. Okay, no worries, man. I would love to see you. This is the 9:30 candle, so let me actually check the regular trading hour. I want to learn about your start. You want to learn about my start? What do you mean by my start, brother? Those people has the problem to mark this candle as a first presented gap. You don't need to mark it. If it is going to provide me 5 handle, this is going to be my first presented gap. You don't need to mark it if you have any problem. So I'm going to write it down, first presented gap according to me. If it leave 5 handle, okay. So then I will frame the sell from here. Stop loss is going to be above that candle. That has to be above that candle. As it is 42 handle, I'm not able to do that. So I'll go for 25 handle. Exactly 25 handle. And my target will be 25 handle. So this is going to be the trade. Let's see if it can give me the 25 handle from first presented gap. If you have any problem, no need to mark that gap as your first presented gap. It is my first presented gap. So I would love to mark this gap as my first presented gap and I would try to catch 25 handle from that gap. My stop loss can't be more than 25 handle. That is why I put my stop loss over here. It has to be above this candle, but I'm not able to put it over here because of 41 handle. You don't need to force yourself, okay? If you don't like it, no need to mark it as your first presented gap. Yesterday I missed my boom from first presented gap. Monday I missed my first presented gap boom. I was not here. I was not in live. So it worked in Monday and Tuesday. Let's see if it works in Wednesday or not. My maximum stop loss is going to be 25 handle. I'm really happy to see that I was able to cover the 50% of that first presented gap, because most of the time market reach until the 50% of this first presented gap. As I was able to cover it, I hope that it will work. Okay, I'm expecting it will work. First presented gap entries, if it is BC, buy. If it is CB, sell. No other price action. Okay, I got stopped out actually. First presented gap didn't work today. At least without, with our, what to say, the logic 25 handle. If it reverses from that gap without taking that high, it will of course work, but I won't be able to catch that one. So it didn't work today. Worked in Monday, worked in Tuesday, but it didn't work today. But this is going to be my first presented gap. Okay. Now it's our job to go for the price action entry. This entry is not according to our price action. It's all about CB sell, BC buy. 25 handle maximum stop loss, 25 handle maximum target. That's all. No trade is valid before 10 a.m. New York local time. No trade is valid before 10 a.m. New York local time, because we have a red folder news around 10 a.m. Question did you ask, brother? Is it applicable only in Nasdaq? I am only watching the Nasdaq market, so I have no idea if it works in another market or not. So as I'm watching only Nasdaq, all I can say is it is going to work in Nasdaq. Other market you have to observe and then you have to take your decision. That is the first presented gap that stopped the market because of the volatility. I was not able to put my stop loss higher. This is the order block, perfect order block. Anybody has any confusion about this order block? You should not be any confusion. You know that this market is coming to this gap. This is the daily bullish parallel gap. Order block, first presented gap, re-entry over here, 25 handle partial, hold your trade until this area 56 handle boom. the beauty of the order block. Now the order block is not the here, it should be the low. Okay, I love to mark the open of that candle as my order block. Okay, entry is valid after 10 a.m. You don't like it? By the way, anybody took that sell? I could take re-entry from the first presented gap if this candle could tap to the first presented gap low. It didn't do that, so of course there is no. I took it. I know, Marquis, you love the order block more than the fair value gap. Look at this fair value gap. How beautifully it worked over here. See how beautifully it worked. So if you know how to use this gap, trust me, man, order block is much. Now this is my opinion. As I told in my Discord, maybe you love order block. It is easier for you. So you are seeing this is very easier. But for me, the fair value gap is much more easier. Right now, I'm showing you the order block. That is why I'm showing you every kind of order block entry opportunity. Like yesterday, remember? Today? Because I'm explaining the order block. When I will be back in another model, you will see that order block is just so difficult to mark. And that model is 1,000 times easier than the order block. I promise you, brother. TGIF is not important for today. It was important until Tuesday, so until yesterday. TGIF line is not important today anymore. This our daily bullish fair value gap is important to me today. Well, I don't know, guys, you are joining later or not. I have been repeated that 3 times. If you don't want to mark it as a first presented gap, of course, that is your decision. You don't need to mark it as your first presented gap. I have written over here, first presented fair value gap according to me. Why? ICT, before ICT started to talk about this first presented gap in 2024. Okay, sorry, in 2025. I have started to talk about this first presented gap before ICT himself. I heard about this first presented gap from ICT, but I studied it by myself without ICT's any kind of information. So finally, I have found that if it is 5 handle, at least 5 handle, this fair value gap is extremely important. So you will see that ICT is changing his first presented gap. I'm not changing anything. My rules are very specific. It is 5 handle gap. I would love to use that gap as my first presented gap. That's all, brother. So if you don't want to use it, I have no problem. I just cleared myself. I want to use this gap as my first presented gap. And I can prove you that how precise this gap. If you go everyday's price action, you will see that how precise that gap if it is 5 handle at least for Nasdaq. No pressure. If you don't want to use it, absolutely okay. I think according to ICT, your first presented gap is here. So let me remove this. This is your first presented gap, if I'm not wrong. This is your first presented gap, okay? If I'm not wrong. This can be your first presented gap. Okay, brother, you're right. Each model has its session. I told you. It depends on people who would love to learn, who doesn't want to learn. You can do it, Baragan. I don't want to do it. I would love to use the first presented gap for the first time. Now, come on. Monday, it has provided me 25 handle. Tuesday, it has provided me 25 handle. today I got stripped out, right? 125 handle I got stripped out. Okay, I'll see tomorrow. I'll see the day after tomorrow. I know that I'll get another 25 handle at least. Yes, I noticed earlier as well that 930 fair value gap would work as good, if not better. Yeah, I agree with you, brother. But I'm not asking any of you to go for it. If you would love to go for the first presented gap according to ICT himself, you can go for it. But if you'd love to mark his first presented gap, you have to understand a lot of things. You have to understand the bias to mark that first presented gap. So it's not the first presented, it can't be your first presented gap if your bias is bullish. Okay. So if you watch ICT every lecture about first presented gap, you'll understand what do I mean by that. So there is a lot of things you have to understand to mark the first presented gap. I have found this first presented gap too much easy, so I would love to mark it for me. Elaborate art, okay, Jack's aquarium. Does presenter work in evening open? It's different. I was thinking to talk about that, but I am not getting it actually. So I didn't talk about that. John, 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 John. Of course, you can use it as an inverse way if you want. Of course, you can do it. I wish that there will be no load shedding. I hope so. There will be no load shedding, and I'll be able to complete my with so much uh, without any kind of interruption. I hope so. Jan, 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 Jan. Yeah, okay, but if session is not open, you can't choose first presented gap. You have to wait AM session opening. The AM session has, brother, my first question, are you trading through regular trading hour, the electronic trading hour? So your charts look like this or your chart look like that? This is my question. How do you see your chart? Like this way or like that way? If your chart looks like this way, there can't be anything. I'm not trying to say like this way. Of course, ICT is 1,000 times better than me. He knows better than me. I'm explaining my logic. That is why I'm here, and that is why some people are watching me. My logic is I'm using electronic trading hour, but I can't mark the first presented gap because market is not opened. How can you say that? Market is open, man. This is the market. You can see the candle over here, right? You're not using this regular trading hour. This is not your chart. If you see this chart like this way, then of course you can't mark this gap as your first presented gap because you are watching this market like that way. I'm not watching this market like this way. I'm watching market like this way. So there is nothing that can stop me to mark that as my first presented gap. It's absolutely a clear first presented gap. Jadoo, jadoo, jadoo. Jadoo. Jadu. Jadu. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Now I know that Marcus will come and he will tell me that, brother, I told you, the order block is 1,000 times easier than the first and then the fair value gap. Marcus, where are you, man? I know that you will come and tell me that. Trust me, man. Fair value gap is too much easy, too easy, too easy, too easy. But when I'll be back again in fair value gap, you will see that. Okay, I will show you that. Why I told you that it's 1,000 times better, easier than the order block. I'll show you, okay? No worries, man. What is a order block? Order block means change in state of delivery. Change in state of delivery. So it's a cell delivery. It's a cell delivery. This is the order block that is going to change the state of delivery. So it's the cell delivery has been changed to buy delivery. It was a buy delivery. See this buy delivery, then this candle has changed the delivery to sell. Okay, order block is king. Lol. Hey brother, hello. Hey Jason, I'll show you, brother. No worries, Marcus, I'll show you. Right now I'm teaching people the order block, propulsion block, then I will show you or teach you the fair value gap again. Not teaching, I will share my knowledge about them. Okay, I'm not teaching anything. It is going to be the unfilled gap if this candle failed to close this gap 100%. Love order block. While I will explain the price action, you will love everything, brother. Whatever I will show you, you will love it, man. Trust me. Look, this is the new day opening. Sorry, daily last fair. Sorry, daily gap high. See this high. This is the daily gap high. That is why I marked it as my first partial over here, because this is the daily gap high. It has the power to stop the market to send it a bit lower again. That is why I marked it as my first partial over here. How it's order block if that doesn't trade a fair value gap. Did you see this gap? Did you see this gap? Look at this gap. This is the gap that is 1,000 times stronger comparing with any 1 minute gap or everything. With anything, comparing with anything, this gap is the daily fair value gap. So it's too strong gap. From 15-minute chart, this candle has closed inside this gap. So it has confirmed that it is supporting that gap. This gap is supporting this market. Okay. Everywhere I can give this order block. Everywhere this I can give this order block. I didn't understand you, brother. Your question I didn't understand. Reach out the 5 fair value gap and again go lower. Okay, that's cool, man. Mm-hmm. 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 45 handle for this first partial. If you take the entry from this propulsion block, it's a 33 handle for the first partial. Stop loss has covered the open of this order block because it can come back again until the open of this order block, which is called reclaimed order block. That is why my stop loss is below the order block open if I take my entry from this propulsion block. Now, of course, after taking this partial, I'll get stopped out to the break even. Around the break even, I'll get stopped out, but I'm just showing you how it is. I'm framing, or I'm planning the trade exactly over here, how it should react from this level. If I were in this trade, I would get stopped out. After taking the partial, I would get stopped out to the break even. No trade is valid before 10 a.m. But brother, it was a very nice 30. How many handle? 32 handle, and this one is 45 handle. Why didn't you take those entry? No trade is valid before 10 a.m. as we have a news around 10 a.m. This could be stopped out. Let's say this one. Madalona, that's a big compliment for me. Thank you so much, sis. Brother, sis, are you sister or brother? So as you fill the gap you marked, you want to see unfilled. Does it mean low probability? No, it means that I'm watching breaker block. I'm watching the breaker block, low, high, lower, low. Highest up close body close candle is going to be my breaker block. Until now, I didn't get the breaker block, but before taking this low, this is this low. If it failed to take that low and make a breaker block here, something like this, I'll take the buy from this breaker block. That means after taking the partial, I will get stopped out. If I take the entry from order block, I'll get stopped out to the break even, or maybe above this, just below that unfilled gap, I'll get stopped out over there. If I take the entry from propulsion block, I'll get stopped out after taking the partial. For example, I'm not in this trade anymore. So now, while this unfilled gap has been filled by the second candle, first candle, second candle, I will start to look for the breaker block. Unfortunately, it didn't take any low yet, so I can't mark any breaker block until now. But if it can take any low, fail to take that extreme low, this is the extreme low or origin setup low, I will look for the breaker block to take re-entry. This breaker block can happen anywhere above this low. Above this low, if this low is taken by one tick, it can make exact same low, which I don't like actually, but if it failed to go one tick below that low, the breaker block setup is valid. Do you get your answer? Okay, Madalona. Thank you, brother. Do you get it, Art? Bright Art? Thank you. Lots of info. Trying to keep up. Try to keep some notes, brother. If you can take some notes, I hope that it will help you, brother. Now over here, low, high, lower low. If it failed to take this low, which is this low, if it has taken this low, that means I'm not looking for here. It has taken that low, so I'm not interested to look for breaker block anymore. I will look for any other setup or entry opportunity, but not interested to look for breaker block anymore. This unfilled gap is important. If it fails to close this gap, it will dramatically go higher with speed. It will go higher. If it filled this gap and failed to take this low, I will start to look for buy. So it helps me to understand the bias. Is it interested to go higher, or is it would love to fall a bit more? Okay. So model, I look for a specific model in a very specific area. 3 minutes to go for the news. After that, we will try to take the entry. Remember yesterday at the final hour, we got our entry. So let's see if it can happen today before the final hour. I am really so upset because I'm not able to show you the breaker block entry. If I can show you the breaker block entry, then you will understand exactly what do I mean by that. I can show you that as an hindsight, which I have outlined in live, but it happened already some days ago. But I'm watching the breaker block live example. I'm waiting for that. So if I get it, I'll show you that. I don't have any bias, okay? So I'm waiting for some kind of entry opportunity, but more importantly, I'm waiting for 10 a.m. New York local time to see the news, red folder news, to how it is going to work, okay, around the red folder news. Now here you are seeing one losing trade, and then I have shown you this order block entry, that order block entry, propulsion block entry. I can mitigate my loss anytime I want, but I don't want to influence you to break your psychology. It's called psychology. If you have the red folder news, no entry is valid before that red folder news. There is more opportunity, or more probably you will get stopped out. If you can't, if you don't know exactly where you have to take the partial and how you have to move your stop loss, if you don't know that, then it's gonna keep. তাহলে গুলিস্তান থেকে একটা সিটও পাচ্ছে না, কেমনে সম্ভব এটা? দেখতেছেন No, it has sound. Sorry, I muted actually. Come on, man. It's not the order block yet. Actually, the body has to close above this line to build it as an order block. Until it is not been the order block, I can't move the stop loss. If I get a stop out here, I'll get a stop out over here. Okay. I'm trying to catch 41 handle partial, but please don't do that. Take your partial at least around 1:1. Every single time I talked about this, take the partial around 1:1, which is near about 20 handle. If you get 20 handle run at least, then take the partial over here. You don't need to take the partial for 41 handle. It can be your target. Okay, that 41 handle can be your target. So please make sure that you are taking your partial in a very specific level. Okay, here 23, you can simply take the partial over here. 26 handle, take the partial over there. No need to take 41 handle partial. As I'm in live, I'm going to explain the price action. That is why I'm holding the trade for 100 handle. Okay, it's near about 80 handle or something, I don't know. Now it's been the order block, so I will put my stop loss below that order block, a bit below that order block here. Okay, now my stop loss is 7 handle. You don't need to hold your trade for 41 handle partial. Please, I'm requesting, take your partial at least 1:1 wherever you want to take. Okay, it's a 30 handle run, take the partial please. It can be your target. You don't need to target over here. This is not trading. I'm in live, so I'm trying to explain the price action. That is why I'm trying to hold the trade for so long. Now it has traded this order block. As it has tapped to the open of this order block, I would love to mark the open of this order block. Okay? So if I miss this trade, for example, I have missed that trade, I would love to take entry from here. Stop loss has to be 1 tick or 2 tick below that order block here, and I will go for the same target here. And in the meantime, I'll try to take a partial around 1:1. So here, I'll try to take the partial over there. And after taking the partial, I will hold my trade until this last parallel gap. Right. This reaction happened from the that daily parallel gap constant encroachment. Okay, this is that constant encroachment of that last parallel gap. I tried to take the partial to the open of this order block. This is the open of this order block. If I put my partial level over here, this is the order block actually around this area. This is that order block. Okay, it actually didn't touch it, but it could happen. But I am trying to catch that to the open of that opposite order block. Please don't do that. Instead, take the partial exactly over here, at least 1:1. Take the partial over there. It's my request, okay? But if you have no opportunity to take the partial, then either close your trade or trail the stop loss with me. The way I'm trailing the stop loss, do it with me. If you don't have the opportunity to take the partial. So I want to see that it will close above this word propulsion block now. If it can close one tick above this propulsion block, I will cover the order block open only. It has to close above this propulsion block. Okay. I'll trail my stop loss after that candle close. So it has closed above this propulsion block. If I missed that entry from this fair value gap or the inversion fair value gap, I'll take re-entry from this order block. That will be my first partial. I will try to hold my trade until this last fair value gap. Remember, you don't need to take the partial over here. You can simply take the partial 20, 25 handle anywhere, and then you can target this 41 handle if you want. Okay, now my target is 80 handle. I will put my stop loss by covering that order block open now. I just put it a bit lower because the wick can did the damage. So I put it a bit lower. It's an 64 handle run. Fanny, I'm not showing you 22 YT model. First of all, I'm not showing you 22 YT model. I'm showing you the price action. 22 YT model are for kid, okay, under 18 people. We have already talked about that long ago. Now I'm showing you every kind of opportunity how to trade in this market, from using fair value gap, using order block, using propulsion block, using kind of different type of fair value gap. I'm showing you everything over here, okay? Not showing you the 22 YT model. Here there is no 22 YT model. So you can see that I took my entry from this fair value gap by using that fair value gap. So there is two fair value gap I was watching. One is here, this yellow. I can't see that market will go below that 50% of that yellow gap, as well as I don't want to see it will trade or it will go little below of this fair value gap. Okay, so you saw that my stop loss was over here around this area. Just cover a bit because we could did the damage. So I'm not watching 22 YT model here, brother. This is the most logical level here, this last fair value gap. So I tried to hold my trade until this area. Otherwise, if there was no last fair value gap, I would hold my trade until the low of this first presented gap. As I have this last fair value gap, that is my last target. You can see, brother, this is the last fair value gap. I don't see this type of gap as my fair value gap because they are too small. This is our first entry after the news, 10 AM news, according to the price action. Before I have shown you this order block, that order block entry. I'm showing you this order block entry. Now propulsion block didn't give it entry opportunity. Otherwise, yeah, that's all. Where it is reacting. See, this gap is the daily bullish fair value gap. This is the daily bullish fair value gap. Okay, exactly from where it is reacting. Look here, look there. From 15-minute chart, it has tapped into the 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, here. Are you bearish? No, I'm not bearish. Are you bullish? No, I'm not bullish. I'm just using the price action to take buy and sell because I have no bias today. Okay, as it is trading over here, I would like to put my stop loss here below the constant crossment of that fair value gap from the daily chart, below that fair value gap. Why? Because I'm seeing that market is avoiding to trade the propulsion block. Instead, it has traded this gap, left that gap unfilled. So this is my unfilled fair value gap. I want to see this gap will be unfilled and market will reach to this last fair value gap. So I'm going to believe this will be unfilled. If it is overzealous, it can trade that propulsion block. I just covered the open of this propulsion block. That is why I put my stop loss over here, as well as I covered the 50% of this last fair value gap. Here, this candle has confirmed that it is broken. So it should come here now. Now I'm going to remove this order block entry because I think you have got the order block. I know that J Marquis are laughing and he's saying, brother, that is the order block, powerful order block. But look at the fair value gap. This is the power of the fair value gap. Yeah, of course the order block is good, but fair value gap is the king. I'm kidding, brother, by the way. Anybody took that buy with me? That was a limit order. Okay, I didn't push the button, so that was a limit order. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, X-Man. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Marquis. I agree, brother. X-Man trade. Thanks for that penguin, guys. I need the boom to listen. Wizard. Hey, awesome. Thank you. I did, but got out a lot earlier. Yeah, of course, man. I was telling that I'm showing you the price action here. You don't need to hold the 80 handle run. If you can get that 40 handle run, just 40 handle run, man, you don't need anything else. You took a 20 handle stop loss. It should be there. 20 handle stop loss for 41 handle profit. Isn't it enough, brother? 1,000 times it is enough. You don't need that runner. But if you would love to hold the runner, you have to take some partial here somewhere. I think exactly the 50% of that candle, I mean that gap. You can take a partial over there, 34 handle or maybe a bit lower. Then you can hold your trade until here or to the low of this first presented gap. Anywhere you want, you can hold it until that area. But you have to take the partial, okay? Boom, thank you. Boom, sakalaka boom. Thank you, Rogers. Thanks for that boom. Dimmer boom. Oz boom. David boom. Melona boom. Jency boom. B penguin boom. Timed partial boom. Thank you, Marcus, for that boom, man. Smile pour boom. Maragan. I took that buy. Congratulations, Sophia. Did you take that entry, Sophia? Boom. Thank you. You're most welcome, sister. Or I take it. Wow. That's cool. That's cool, man. Trey boom. I did, but got okay. I read your comment. Boom, Shutibong, RS boom, George boom. I envy, then I come to watch you later. Okay, Shutibong. Took the buy and running some partial. Of course, if you take the partial and then let some run go, I have no problem. But if you hold the trade without the partial, no man, that's gambling. Like the stream, push the like button. Let me check how many likes did I get. If I don't get 100 likes, I'm going to stop framing any other trade. Okay, it's 94 likes. 190 people are watching. I showed you 80 handle boom. Still not 100 likes. Man, all I need these likes. I don't ask you anything else. Just these likes. If you ask me, I can trade here a lot of times. This sell, okay? Look over here. I know what I'm doing here. I have no problem with that. Of course, the stop loss will be there until this stop over here. This sell over here from that order block. I can go for this buy here. From there to until to the top of this gap. Stop loss here somewhere. That buy. If I miss any of them, I can use the propulsion block the way I showed you the propulsion block. If I miss this entry, I will go for the order block entry. Stop loss is going to be below, little below that order block. Propulsion block didn't give me the entry opportunity. Tap to this first presented gap. Okay, of course, this is the ICT's first presented gap. Both of them has been traded, but yeah, for me, this is the first presented gap. Let's see. I'm expecting it will keep going higher, but let's see. Boom, thank you, Joaquim. Hilarious, Joaquim. 10,534 subscriber. I was thinking about 50 subscriber today. Can I touch it? Thank you, Al Furkan. Boom, thank you, man. Closed the sale. Congratulations, brother. Took buy at last. IFVZ. Last fair value gap, inversion fair value gap. Yes, brother, I have used the same way. I mean, I have used this inverse gap, but I was not confident enough about this inverse gap. So I have used this bullish gap to take my buy. If I was more confused over here I would go for the order block that is called the confirmation entry, but I was so much confident about that run, so I have used this bullish gap with this inverse gap. It's not the perfect inverse gap, that is why I didn't push the button while it tapped to this inverse gap. I was hoping to take entry from this gap. Thank you DJ 2000. How many people has taken that boom? How many have you took that buy? All of these things are absolutely perfect. This first presented gap has worked 100%. I was not able to put my stop loss because of the stop loss, the volatility. Otherwise it has perfectly worked over here. You can see how beautifully it stopped the market and sent it lower. I was just not able to do that. If I don't get 100 likes, I'm not going to frame any other trade. Okay, 123 likes, it's more than enough. I have told you how to use this gap. If you have watched my 2023 live streaming, you should be already in a trade here. While this candle came to this first presented gap or closed above this last gap, and then this candle tapped to this gap, you are already in a trade. Now it is in 2023, while I didn't know about the first presented gap. No buy is valid while market is below this first presented gap, but it was about here. Target is the most obvious liquidity, which is here. See this buy side liquidity, that is too clean. I don't like to see that. Market will leave some clean buy side liquidity here. That would be the target. If you are with me around 2023, you would be already in this trade. But around that area, I didn't know how to use this first presented gap. Now I know that no buy is valid while market is below this first presented gap. But around that area, I didn't know that. Thank you, Jack. Could you have taken the sale of first presented rejection that just happened? No, I will never go for sale. This is that, man, come on. See this daily bullish fair value gap. This is the only thing I told today, that this market will come here, then it will start to go higher again. This is that daily bullish gap. So all of my thinking is about to take buy. But if I can frame the sell, of course I will frame the sell because I don't have any bias. But while market has traded this daily fair value gap, I'm more interested to think about the buy. Here there is two fair value gap. One is here, another one is here. Okay, two. I want to see this market will work with the premium fair value gap. It's not coming to the discount fair value gap. So here, this is for those people who love to mark the premium and discount. This is the discount zone. This is the premium zone. This is the discount zone. This gap or the volume imbalance, whatever you say, but this is a gap as well. It is in a deep discount and it is in a deep premium. I want to see this market will work with the premium fair value gap, and then it will keep going higher. Why? Because this market is coming from the discount. So it is coming from the discount. This is the first gap, first bullish gap. This is the next bullish gap. You see, after that big fall until this area, remember the weekly last fair value gap here, weekly last fair value gap went higher. Do you see any bullish fair value gap? No. Then finally this bullish gap and that bullish gap. So two bullish gap. I would love to see it will work with the premium. No, brother, it has to come to the discount. I'm not expecting it will come to this discount. I'm expecting it will work with the premium and then it will keep going higher. If it would really would love to go higher, it should work with the premium fair value gap. I can be absolutely wrong. This market can fall, come here. I can be absolutely wrong, but my expectation, it will work with this premium gap and then it will go higher. Why? Because in a very short sentence, in one sentence, I'm going to describe the premium and discount. Those people are struggling about premium and discount. This is for them only. This market is coming from the discount, so it can't come back again to the discount PD array. It has to work with the premium PD array. While this market was falling from here, right? It was falling. Let me show you from the weekly chart, then it will be much more easier to understand. It was coming from the premium, right? It is the premium, so it was falling. What did I tell you? Remember, this is the discount fair value gap here, and this is the premium fair value gap. So if this market really would love to come to this last fair value gap, it can't go to the premium fair value gap. This is the premium fair value gap, this is the discount fair value gap. it can't go to the premium fair value gap because this market is coming from the premium zone. So it has to work with the discount fair value gap, then it will keep falling. Same thing here from the daily chart. Now it is going from the discount zone. So it has to work with the premium fair value gap. It can't reach for the discount, then it should keep going higher. I can be wrong, but this is how I read the market. Maybe you are an ICT PhD holder, you are not agree with me. I'm absolutely okay with that. I have no problem. By the way, let me actually mark the ICT's first presented gap. So this is the ICT's first presented gap. You guys keep watching how the ICT's first presented gap works and how the presented gap I have marked it worked. TGIF, I don't look in Wednesday. I look for TGIF either Monday and Tuesday. Of course, I can add that. I can say that brother, C market has done the TGIF by today. It's not a correct information. I don't want to give you the false information. I don't see the importance of the TGIF in Wednesday. Any kind of fair value gap over here, it's my buying opportunity again until this buy side liquidity. Premium and discount top and bottom depends on the reaction versus reversal. So where I am expecting some kind of reaction, I'm going to mark that that leg high or low to mark as my premium and discount high and low. Okay, it didn't leave any fair value gap, so I am going to miss the buying opportunity over here. If it could leave some fair value gap over here, that could be my buying opportunity over here. As it didn't make it, I will sacrifice this trade until this buy side liquidity. I'm not going to take this trade. Here, this is the order block, bullish order block. Here, this candle, it can maximum fall until this order block before going higher. I took a buy of inversion fair value gap at bottom and on my own, wasn't it in stream, and I sold at the first fair value gap according to ICT rules. Wow, congratulations brother, $300 profit since I'm using my micros and I lost one trade earlier. Perfect man, losing trade is doesn't matter. I mean, it's just a part of this game. I'm done for the day, going to enjoy my day. Have a good one. You are a listen. Don't call me listen. I'm learning like you, brother. So best of luck, brother. And I really love you because you told that you are done for the day. Most people are not able to say that I'm done for the day. Even if I give them 1000 handle in a day, they will say, what is the next entry? Where is the next entry? Where is the next entry? If you know, if you can say that I'm done for the day, today or tomorrow, you will be the profitable trader. That is my promise. If for example there is a gap, I would confidently push the button over here, would cover the low of this first presented gap and would target that buy side liquidity over here. After taking the partial to the high of this first presented gap, I would hold my trade until this buy side liquidity. While it has left, see this fair value gap has been traded over here. I can't use this fair value gap to take my buy only because this market is below the first presented gap. That is the only reason I can't use this gap to take the buy. That is why I was asking about a fair value gap over here to take the buy over there. Look at the reaction from the top of this first presented gap. That is why I told that if there was a gap, I would take the partial exactly to the top of this first presented gap. And then I would try to hold my trade until this buy side liquidity. Just look at the reaction from the top of this first presented. Yeah, I know that finally it is going to be broken, but so far this is called the reaction. Go to your 5 to 15 second chart. See, there is a selling opportunity. There is a buying opportunity from here to here, and there is a selling opportunity from there to there. Go, and if you don't believe me, go your 5 second chart. You will see the setup over there. Will you ever stop streaming? Why, Adit? Don't you like it, man? I'm trying to explain the price action in an easy way. If you don't like it, I'm so sorry, brother. Why did you ask me that question? I'm making you bored, guys. This information, this order block information, you are not going to get from anywhere else. I'm going to promise you the way I'm explaining every order block, you are not going to get it from anywhere else. This entry from this order block by putting the stop loss in a very specific area. Hadith music during his Hajj trip, he won't be able to hold. Yeah, from next month, I guess 20th May for 33 to 40 days, I won't be able to come here because of Hajj. Inshallah. I love it. That's asking. Okay, just I will take 1 month vacation or 40 days vacation because of my Hajj. I hope not. I still have a lot to learn. Hey, Jax, I'm giving everything, man. No worries, you will get everything. No, I mean, you're giving a lot of gems. Oh, okay, Adit, I really appreciate it, man. Just take the notes. It will help you, brother. That is the buy side liquidity. Okay. I just missed this trade because there was no fair value gap. Trust me, man. If there was a fair value gap, that would be my buy. With so much confidence that market is going to take that buy side liquidity. After taking the partial over here, I would put my stop loss to the break even and I would go for this buy side liquidity. How this market is reversing, exactly from where it is reversing. It has cleared all of this sell side liquidity. Remember those sell side liquidity? It has been cleared, that sell side liquidity. Whether it has traded the TGIF. No, TGIF not important in Wednesday. Listen to me. If you don't listen to me, you will get lost. Okay, I mean you'll be lost in this price action. TGIF line is not important in Wednesday because Wednesday is the new TGIF making time. It's not the last week TGIF. So TGIF is important until Tuesday. This sell side liquidity, all of this relatively equal lows has been taken over here. Market has rejected from this new week opening gap. So this whole gap, okay, this is the high of this new week opening gap. This is the low of that new week opening gap, constant crossment. If you divide it by quadrant level, let me show you that quadrant level. This is that quadrant level. This is the upper quadrant. Market upper quadrant went higher. More importantly, it is trading the daily gap. But brother, body has closed below this daily gap. How can you say that it has been rejecting from the daily gap? Go to your daily chart, use the daily candle to see is it rejecting from the daily chart or not, daily gap or not. As I explained, this daily gap has to be traded. It can't come to this gap. It should not come to this gap because it is in discount. Okay, now it seems like very bad, but trust me, man, it should not come to this discount fair value gap. It should work with this premium fair value gap before going higher. I can be wrong, but that is my expectation. This is how I read the market. Now it's time to wait because while market is inside this area, I'm not able to trade anything here. Why? Because I have a lot of line, new week opening gap line, new day opening gap line. I have no idea which one is going to give me the reaction. So I have to be very careful while market is inside this gap. From there to there. While market is in this gap, I can't do anything. Maybe you can, but I can't do anything. I'll make it little like this. Okay? I have no idea which level will give me the reaction, which level will give me the reversal. So I would love to let this run go. Now tell me which gap is beautiful to you, this gap or that gap. Which gap looks beautiful to you? What happened here? Tapped to the low of this first presented gap, fall, used this last fair value gap as a reversed way. I have shown you how to use this gap, take entry long time ago in 2023. Okay, came here, fall one more time to trade this bullish fair value gap, exactly came to the top of this first presented gap, come back again to the 50% of this first presented gap, went higher, closed above this first presented gap, come back again to the top of this first presented gap, now come here. And this gap, I have no idea how to use this one, but of course you can use this one. I have no problem with that if you would love to use this one. I want to work with this gap. And why I can't take the buy over here? Because it was just below that first presented gap. If this gap has been created over here, what did I say? There is a gap, I'm going to take the buy until this buy side liquidity. I don't care about anything else. Unfortunately, market didn't give me that entry opportunity. I don't care. I missed it, but I know that tomorrow if it give me the opportunity over here, I'll go for that buy. I'll be able to catch that buy. This was the order block. So if it could come here to this order block, I could use this candle as my propulsion block to take re-entry from this candle. Propulsion block to take re-entry. Unfortunately, it didn't trade this that that order block. So I missed the propulsion block entry as well. ICT recently said first present has to be obvious on displacement. Of course, brother. ICT has talked about first presented gap lot of things. But I know that people doesn't like to listen. That's why I stopped talking about that. Instead, I just say that first presented gap according to me. It's according to me. I don't want to add ICT's concepts because you know that how many things ICT talked about this first presented gap, and I just told one thing. It has to be 5 handle. That's all. I'm going to use this gap. That's all, brother. It has to be just 5 handle. If it is 5 handle, I'm going to use this gap. This for all. By the way, I wanted to show you something actually from yesterday's PM session. Remember this last fair value gap over here? I talked about that this market will go from here to here until this last fair value gap around the PM session. Okay, so this was the PM session. Yeah, that was the PM session, I guess. Oh, I didn't talk about that actually. I was looking for that entry around the Asian session here, but I didn't get the entry opportunity. It didn't give me that entry. I was waiting for that candle to reach until this area, but I didn't get the entry opportunity. Sorry, I didn't talk about that, but I thought that I have talked about this gap. But this was the reaction from this last fair value gap happened today, exactly around 416. Tap, come back again, failed PDRA here, then boom, fall, went higher, fall, 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 and finally started to go higher. Go higher. $10,534 subscriber. I don't think so I will get 40 subscriber by today. Can you guys please push the like button, make it 150 likes at least? If I don't get the subscriber for like 40 subscriber, I don't have any problem, but at least push the like button, make it 50 likes now. Make it 50 likes, please. I'm going to close this. I can see that 197 people has voted. Bullish was 40%, bearish was 41%. I was with those people 19%. I didn't have any bias today. I would love to go for buy and sell both of them. So thank you for joining to this poll. Look at the reaction from this box. See this box from 50-minute chart. Look at the 50% of that new week opening gap reaction as well as the low of this new week opening gap reaction. So I have no idea how to use this whole area to take my entry. So I'm afraid to take buy or sell because of this first presented gap around this area. So I have to let this go. Thank you, Wizard. Why is that, Baragon? Why did you thank me? How many of you are actually profitable today? You should be profitable. You should be profitable. Let me check how many of you are profitable. If you are not profitable, I'm gonna cry, okay? What is the color of your account? ACCOUNT. Oh man, the writing speed is too slow. Of course, I will start with green, then red, and the gray. GREY. Let's see how many of you are green, how many of you are red, and how many of you are gray. Gray means no trade. Today's price action was nice. Some days are very ugly. Yeah, some days are very ugly. I agree with you, brother Baragan. No buy is valid while market is below this first presented gap. No sell is valid while market is above the first presented gap. If I would love to take a sell, I have to frame the sell at least below the 50% of that first presented gap. At least below that 50% of that first presented gap. Look at the reaction from the 50% of this first presented gap. This is the fun of this first presented gap. Guys, come on, make it 150 likes, please. Otherwise, go to Future Scalper. Go to him, Future Scalper. That guy is so awesome, okay? Go and watch him. I'm not the right place for you. I'm not the right guy for you. Brown is another nice color for some to explain their situation. Oh, come on, man. Mm-hmm. 77% people are green and 14% are gray. That means zero, break even, or maybe didn't take any trade. 9% is red. I'm so sorry for those 9% people, but this is the highest amount of people are green today out of 36 actually. Let's please join to this poll. I really would love to see how many people are green. You should be green. You have to be green. There's no other opportunity or option without being green. I was brown earlier this morning, but ended a gray green. Wow, awesome, brother. Stop trading. Oh, there is no parallel gap, okay? I thought there will be a parallel gap, but there is no parallel gap. So I'm not interested. Look at the reaction of some random parallel gap. See this random parallel gap reaction. I love this reaction from the random gap. If it tap to this gap again, I'll take the buy. It's a highly risky buy. No need to take this one because you are already profitable. There is the buy. Stop loss is going to cover the 50% of that candle. Let me check actually how much is going to be the stop loss. If I put it below this, okay, if I put it below this candle, it's gonna be just 22 handle. So I'll go for that area. And target profit is this constant crossment. I'll target here, and I'll take a partial exactly over here. Here, I'll take the partial over here. That is the partial. After taking the partial, going to put the stop loss one tick below that first presented gap low. I'm going to hold my trade until the 50% of this whole zone. Okay, not exactly some specific level, until that whole zone, until this area. Okay, here I had this order block, but I am not interested to use this order block just because it is one tick below that high of this first presented gap. That is why I'm not interested to use this order block. Instead, I would love to use this first presented gap, which is according to me. Okay, I'm not asking any of you to use this first presented gap as your first presented gap. I love to use it. I got the precision from this gap. I'm using this gap, but you don't need to use this gap. Please, I hope that nobody has any doubt about that. Okay, I'll put my stop loss below this inverse gap now. It is called the trough fair value gap. This is the trough fair value gap. So this market can't go below the 50% of this gap anymore. Wick can did the damage. That is why I put my stop loss bit below of this gap, because wick can did the damage. But body has to close at the level of this fair value gap or above the constant crossment of this fair value gap. Okay, sorry, at the constant crossment or above the constant crossment of this gap, body has to close. Wick can did the damage. That is why I put it a bit lower of this gap. Let's see if it can give me the run, because I have already taken the partial. Could you explain why this first presented gap? Because it is 5 handle, brother. This is the gap that has been created exactly at 9:30, which is at least 5 handle. It's more than 5 handle. That is why it's my first presented gap. I use electronic trading hour. I don't use regular trading hour. As I'm not using regular trading hour, I don't need to worry about the 9:30 open. I don't need to worry about that. I know that market is going to open around 9:30, but I have the candle before 9:30. So 9:29 candle is over there. It is over there. I can see it. So why I will assume that there is no candle. This is my understanding. Okay, I'm not trying to go against ICT because ICT is ICT. Okay, but this is my understanding. I have studied like that way, and I have found this gap more precise. I'm using this gap. But of course, you can use the first presented gap according to ICT himself here. But I don't know how to use this gap. I keep saying that this thing because people will say that, brother, you are misleading people, or you are spreading the misconcept. Okay, I don't want to listen that part from any of you. That is why I just told that. It is the first presented gap according to me. Okay, I got stopped out here. I would love to see if the body can close above the constant crossment of that trough fair value gap. If the body can close above the constant crossment of this trough fair value gap, I'll take re-entry. It didn't hit my target, brother. This is a loss. No, sir, it's not a loss. I have taken the partial in the most logical level. I tried to hold my trade until this 50%, but if you take a closer look here, it has traded the new day opening gap low. See, the new day opening gap low is over here. It traded that level, now giving the reaction. Okay, it should not close below the 50% of this gap. Wick can did the damage. So I covered the wick, but it was little overzealous. It stopped me out over here. This is called trough parallel gap. You are learning the trough parallel gap. Now, is it hindsight, brother? I don't think so. It's hindsight. I talked about this while this candle was coming lower, right? My prediction about this stop loss was little higher. Okay, if because how far the wick will go, I have no idea. But I know the body is going to respect the constant encroachment. So that was my idea. It didn't work. I'm happy. I got stopped out. Okay. Body closed below this trough parallel gap. I'm expecting this market will fall a bit lower now because the trough parallel gap didn't work. But if it is the fake breakout, one candle close below this constant encroachment, the very next candle close above this constant encroachment, then it can come over there. Otherwise, it will fall. We'll see that. If I got the entry opportunity over here, I would take re-entry until this candle appeared on the chart. It didn't give me the what type of entry. This down close body close candle would be my order block again. So if this candle could close one tick of this candle, I would take re-entry from this order block. Still, if this candle is a bull candle and close above, now order block is little difficult right now because it has built a indecisive candle over here. But let's see if I can use that order block or not. Let's see. Okay. One candle close below this constant encroachment, the very next candle close above this constant encroachment. Still, it is seeing like it's look like the fake breakout. So I will try to catch the run from the order block. If it would love to go higher, it will give me the order block entry. If it doesn't do that and close below one more candle close below this constant encroachment, my buy will be gone. I'm not interested to take the buy from here anymore. Why? Because this market can come back again to this bullish parallel gap. Here, last parallel gap, entry parallel gap. Market is coming from the new day opening gap low. This is called the reaction. So does it would love to come here before going higher again? I need to make sure that where it would love to trade first. Then I'll frame my next entry opportunity. Now this entry is not valid anymore because market has closed even here lower of that. This is why this is very difficult to trade in this zone. Are you getting my point? Why it is so difficult to trade in this zone? Why I took the partial here? Look at the partial. Why I took the partial over here? Because that is the low of that new week opening gap. I didn't know that this reaction is going to happen from the new day opening gap low. It could happen from the new week opening gap low. But I don't trade the CFD. I have no idea about that. Is there anyone who trades CFD? Is there anyone? Murshad, two mistakes cost me 400 loss. How can you be in loss, brother? Even if you take that buy and closed it above this high, just above that high, from there to there, it's 46 handle. Even if you closed it here, it's 20 handle. I don't know. I think you have done some mistake, obvious mistake, and you are uh, going to learn from your mistake. It should be from here actually, from there. Stop loss has to cover the order block open. I'm not able to do that, so I'll put it a bit below of that open. I mean, sorry, of that new week opening gap low, just a bit below of that low. Target will be here, this concurrent crossment. I can't put cover the order block open, so I'm going to cover that new week opening gap low only. We didn't trade that. It's the propulsion block trade. I'm trying to catch it until the 50% of that whole zone. Okay, that whole zone. But entry has to be from the propulsion block. So you please observe this one. If I take a loss, it's gonna be a 14 handle loss. Okay, that's a loss actually, 14, 16 handle loss. I can't cover that order block open, so I tried a small loss here. That is the re-entry opportunity, but not going to touch it because it is respecting that level. But that is the re-entry opportunity from here. Not going to take it. I know that if I take this entry, my loss will be mitigated. From here, 13 handle stop loss. My loss, how much is my loss? 14 handle, right? So the 14 handle is going to be there somewhere. No, not 14 handle, actually 16 handle. I know that if I take the entry over here, I will be able to mitigate my loss over there, but not going to take any more entry because you will see it is an over trading. But while I get stopped out here, I can take re-entry from this gap. And I will try to take the partial over here around this 16 handle, will hold my trade until this area. After taking the partial around 14 handle or 16 handle over there. Not going to take any other entry because it's respecting the new day opening gap, so don't want to trade anymore. I would love to let this market go anywhere it wants to go. Where I put my stop loss, just covered that order block open. Just that open. I have just covered that open of that order block here. There. By using this propulsion block. This is a very huge propulsion block. And I tried to catch it from the beginning of this run. I didn't get it. Okay, perfect. Not going to push the button anymore. Don't see that it's a loss. Okay, please don't see that because I just put it randomly. I didn't put it in a very logical way, but you have to just cover that order block open. That's all, and see how it is going to react from that area. It's going higher. I just put it randomly. This 16 handle will be my first partial because I took a loss here. This is going to be my first partial and I'm going to hold my trade until this area again, until that area again, from this gap. Why? Because this, I know that if I take that entry from this propulsion block, it can maximum come until the open of this order block. This is the order block open. I can't take the entry over here, could put my stop loss over here. That is why I will put stop loss over here, a very small stop loss. I'll get a loss and then I will take re-entry over here. Maybe I'll put below that candle. Okay, just cover something here, order block, and then put the partial over here, hold my trade until this area. I'm not going to push the button because either way it seems like over trading. It seems like, okay, what he's doing, he doesn't know that. I'm explaining everything why I got stopped out here because I was not able to cover that order block open. This market can maximum come until the order block open and then it will go higher again. So if I get stopped out here, I can use this parallel gap or inverse gap to take re-entry over here and cover that one, cover that loss, target that area. I'm not pushing my button because it seems like I'm over trading, right? It seems like over trading. But if you see that profit, just one loss for 14 handle. I really don't care about that 16 handle loss. I really don't care about that because I know why I got stopped out here. I know that. You know that. Why I got stopped out here. You knew it, right? But you have to understand the fact here. Why it is going higher and how it will go higher. Come on, very night, Friday night. What I'm saying? This is that unfilled gap. Market has to leave this gap open. It can't fill this gap 100%. This candle low to that candle high. If this candle failed to close this gap 100%, you will see the expansion toward the buy side liquidity. I mean toward the high, or what is this level? I think this is the opening gap, if I'm not wrong, whatever it is. The next candle is gonna be the expansion candle. It's gonna give me the boom. The next candle is going to give me the boom. Still now it is reacting from the new day opening gap low. The next candle is going to give me the boom. This candle, it is going to give me the boom. Boom, 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 boom. Give me the boom. Come on, man. Come on, come on. Go, 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 go. There you go. There you go. Faster, 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 faster. Come on, man. Don't make me wrong. Don't make me wrong. Give me my boom. Don't make me wrong. Don't make me wrong. Don't make me wrong. Come on. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. A bit more. A bit more. Oh, man. I think I'm wrong. It's not going to give me the boom. Boom! This is that candle has given me the boom. I can't push the button because some people will rejoin me and they will see that this guy is over trading. I'm not over trading. I'm showing you the price action. I'm telling you the exact level. I'm showing you why I can't put my stop loss in the most logical level because of the stop loss, but how far it can reach. You are seeing everything. If I get stopped out, where is the re-entry opportunity? The re-entry opportunity. I'm showing you everything. Okay, so actually it should be the open of that propulsion block here. I love to mark it at the open if it trade the open. It's better. Boom on Eval. Hey Sujivan, you got the boom. Man, so many boom today, right? Let me see if I get the boom of my likes. Or is it 143? Come on, man. It's just 47 likes. Come on, man. Boom for 80 handle. Boom for how many handle was there? From there to until, if you go until this area, 58 handle. One loss, but from here, from this gap to until this 50%, 54 handle. Still, okay, loss is just 16 handle loss. Just 16 handle loss. Even I knew it why I'm going to get that loss. I knew it. So I'm not saying that maybe it will work. Maybe no, I exactly know how far it can fall. Exactly know how far it will fall. This is a very specific level. It can fall. Maximum. After trading the min threshold, this is the maximum level it can fall. After falling here, it will go higher again. Still, I didn't get. Okay, now I got 155 likes. Thank you, brother. Let's see. Over trading, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. There's Joachim. From where are you from? Aurelio, where are you from, brother? One more subscriber to satisfy the OCD. No, man. It's 537 subscriber. How can you say that one more subscriber? It should be 540 subscriber. 10,513 7 subscriber, right? Okay, 7. Look from where it is reacting. Look at this, from where it is reacting. Oh, okay, it's 39 actually. I was little delay maybe. Okay, it's 39, sorry. I'm from Angola. We speak Portuguese here. Angola. Okay, Angola. Okay, okay. That's cool, man. Where is that Angola, by the way? Is it in Africa or Brazil? Where is it exactly? Madi. Okay, I'm sorry, man. I was little delay, so I was seeing that 537. So I was really so unfortunate. I was thinking, I was very upset. It's in Africa. Wow, that's cool, man. I can see that a lot of people are from different kind of area all over the world. Thank you so much, guys, for joining over here. Did you learn anything over here? Let me see how many people are in green. 69% people are green. 13% people are in red. Still, you are in red, man. I stopped. I thought that I will stop framing the trade, but after seeing that nice 7% people are red, I framed some other trade as well, so that you guys can be green as well. Okay, gray is acceptable. If you are in gray, absolutely good, man. But still you are in rage, man. What else can I do? I'm not pushing button. I'm explaining the price action first, then I'm telling you where I'm framing my buy setup, then I'm taking the buy, right? Still you, how can you be you be in loss? Come on, man. Sorry for so many poll today. I mean any Western country, okay? So either Europe plus like Canada, Australia. Where are you from exactly? Okay. And Africa, Africa. Last option, Middle East. DTL Middle East. East. Let's see where you from actually. Now I would love to take a gap here because it's already 11:06. So I would love to stop for a bit as it is inside this box. I would love to hold my trading for sometimes, okay, to see if it can provide me any other opportunity to go for any other trading opportunity. In September, inshallah. So even in September, inshallah. I'm not sure, but yeah, I hope. 10,539. So let's see if I can touch 40. I don't think so. I'll get that. Please don't take this. Please don't take this entry. It's my request. Please don't take this entry. Please don't take this entry. It's my request. Please don't take this entry. Okay, America, Europe, Canada, Australia, or any other European country, or like, like English speaking country. If you're from there, you can vote over here. Africa is 22%, Middle East 22%. I know that Mahdi has voted over here. Asia is 27% people. Okay, that's good. Please don't take this trade. Please don't take this trade. Okay, I was wrong about that. I was seeing this actually something, but it didn't work. Okay, it's okay. When TPT rebuilds monthly, do get a free reset. If you can pass the TPT, you don't need to pay monthly or anything. Okay, you don't need to pay anything. I'm going to hide it because it doesn't looks good to me. I'm going to hide it. If you pass the eval, you don't need to pay any other fees. No rebill, no nothing. And if you fail to pass it, then next month they will charge you. They will give you a free reset until you blow that account. So you will get 2 months opportunity to pass that account. I would love to wait a bit for set up the next trade. Did you see the propulsion block, water block? Marcus, are you here? If you failed the test, then the next month it will reveal your reveal. Okay, reveal the amount. But I think that you can do one thing. No need to reveal or no need to do that. Just cancel the subscription. And if you're really interested, then you can buy a new account. You don't need to reset the account, or you don't need to wait for that reveal things or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, of course, you can do anything you like. Why you multi MTAs? What is that? That is called mean threshold. The 50% of the order block. I took a short this morning at New York Hill Zone using a 15-minute chart, targeted 3 days lows, sitting just above daily fair value gap. From here, I think the low of the week is in. Okay, I think so. I think so, Niyanti. If I get 40 subscriber, 10,000 40 subscriber, please let me know. Okay. Okay, 46% people are from those area. Asian 35% people. Is there anyone from Bangladesh here? Anyone from my country, Bangladesh? Anyone? Middle East is just, I know the Mahdi and Tamimi are from Middle East, and if Ryan is here, all of those three are from Middle East, and I can see 16% people are from Africa. That's cool. Two brother gamer, you are from Bangladesh. Anyone else who is from Bangladesh? I'm from Bangladesh. The green FX, you are from Bangladesh as well? Wow, guys. Anyone else? No, you are from Bangkok. No, I'm asking, is there anyone else from Bangladesh? I want to see this candle close above that zone. Oh, you are from Dhaka? I'm going to Dhaka this Friday actually. Mahmoud, you're from Bangladesh as well? Wow. India here. Guessing you're from India. Wow. You're my neighbor actually. Mahmoud, you're from Mirpur, the school. Chido, I'm going to set up a prof account today. I noticed that Take Profit Trader, I can use TradingView. Does Apex allow me to use? Yes, take profit trader, Apex, then my funded futures, all of them allow the trading view. All of them allow the trading view. Then Tradify, they also allow the trading view. Lebanon, get to know with Kenji. You're from Lebanon. Wow, that's cool, man. The green effect, just kidding. What do you mean by just kidding, brother? From Lima, Peru, but living in New York. Where is Lima, Peru, brother? Now, guys, give me some time to talk to you, okay? Just give me some time to talk to you before framing any trade. I can't frame any other trade until the 15-minute candle close above that line. I can't frame any other trade. So I have to wait for the next opportunity. I will wait for that. I believe that you have learned a lot from this area. I believed it. At least the order block and the propulsion block. How to use the order block and propulsion block, order block, propulsion block. The fair value gap, the first presented gap as well, inversion fair value gap with the bullish fair value gap, daily last fair value gap. You have learned a lot from there. So let me speak a bit with you guys, then we'll go for the next trade. Where are you from? I'm from Bangladesh, brother. Uruguay, South America. Oh, okay, it's in South America. Uruguay, I know that. Uruguay. They play football, right? Uruguay. Nice. They have the nice team, actually, if I am not wrong. Which city? I'm from Bagherhat, brother. Can I share your weekly analysis on gold? I don't trade gold, brother. I love to visit the Pichu in Peru. Madi, you love to visit, man? Let me know. I'll go as well, brother. I love traveling. Why can we meet as you were in BD before Hajj? No, brother. We have a certain condition to meet each other. 200K. You have to earn that much money, not to give me, just for you. While you have 200K, then we will meet each other. Okay. I am going to plan a big reunion with a lot of people, but for that, all I need to make 200K. Every one of you make that money, so that while we will meet, you will pay the bill. Okay, you will have to pay the bill, and you will pay the bill from the earning from trading. That's all, brother. Lima is a city in Peru, is a country in South America. Yes, football. Yeah, I know that. At Uruguay, they play very good, very well. Is 8:30 15-minute CV important? 8:30 15-minute CV. Let me check. Are you talking about this one? No, it's not important to me. This gap doesn't have any value to me. I'm just watching this whole area, this area. If it can break this area, the next important level is this blue line, and then this area. But this gap, I have no value to me. For me, okay. I'm from Ecuador. You have to come. Is it beautiful, Ecuador? 200K BTT? No, man. USD. We don't talk about BTT, brother. Come on. I'm 1.5K up. Thanks to you, brother. God bless you. Don't give me thanks, brother. I keep asking you guys, don't give me thanks. Thank yourself, because you did it. You stopped trading after some certain profit. You stopped trading after some certain loss. You got the payout because of you. You never give up. You keep learning. You tried to be profitable. Every kind of hard work you have done. Always, always, always appreciate yourself. Never ever give the credit to anyone else. No one. T2 is nothing. T2 is just a shit. Don't give him any kind of credit. This is your credit. The all thanks goes to you, because you have made it. You did it. Appreciate yourself, brother. Always. Come to UST 2. I have a plan to visit Canada in September. So maybe I'll be in America, I'm not sure, but maybe I'll be there. Maybe for maybe 1 or 2 days. I'll pay the bill. You have to make 200K, brother. I want you to pay the bill you will earn from trading, not from doing some hard work. Okay, I will ask money while you will make 200K US dollar. I will tell you, Casing, please give me 10K US dollar. Please give me that, and you will give me that money with happiness, because while you will make 200K, you will know that how to make the money. It will be an habit to you. So I need that day while I will ask money to you and you will give me that money. If you can earn 200k US dollar, you will see that day. Okay, I know that most of you will leave me, you will forget me, but I don't care. Some of you will be with me even after earning that much money. Last year AFX did a good job. Some other people, I get the message from them, they are doing good. Okay, one guy had made 168k. Unfortunately last year, like me, I lost a lot of money. He has lost more than me. So unfortunately he was very near to that 200k, didn't touch it, lost a lot of money. He broke his psychology, his, I mean, whatever it is. But I hope that one day you will make it, but you have to believe it first. Until last time, brother. Sure, thank you, Kissing. Just earn that money, then we are going to meet. Today or tomorrow. I have just started this streaming for 1 year and 4 to 5 months. Still, already I have got a lot of profitable trader. Still, people doesn't listen to me 100%. I know that if I can continue this or 2 more years, I will get that much amount that people will tell me that, brother, I earned that money. Because it's not impossible. It's very simple. All you have to do is just follow the way I told you to trade. You need 500 account. That's all you need. Nothing else to earn that 200k. I'm so good. I'm so well, man. ISJJ. BIS. How can you pronounce your name? Vicky's 550k funded account. At least 50k. At least 50k. But if it is more than 50k, it will be better. Okay, I got 78 votes and yeah, that's cool. 47% people, most of the people are here from Europe. I mean, from the Western country. Some of you are from Asia. Middle East is 4%. Africa is 14%. I thought that I have more friends from Africa. Unfortunately, that is my bad luck. I love the African people actually more than anyone else in this world. These guys has a pure heart. Okay, I'm not trying to dominate anyone. I'm not discriminate anything. I have personally met a lot of African people. Their heart made of diamond. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I always meet with a good person. I don't know, but their heart is made of gold. To be honest. The crazy people are from Asia. Asian people are so bad, including me. No, man, I didn't make it. I will never make it. I will make it by taking money from your 200k debot. While you will make 200k, I will make million of dollar from you. I will ask money. You are saying that Tito is doing everything for free? No, man, I'm not going to do it for free for forever. While like 100 of you will make 200k, every single one of you, I will ask everyone 10k. So think about that. 10k, 100 people. It's near about I mean 1 million. And you will give me that. I know that. What is your average monthly withdrawal? I have no monthly withdrawal. I don't know how to trade, brother. That is why you are seeing that I'm giving away all of my account. Okay, sometimes I buy account and make them giveaway. Sometimes I mail them to give me account, then I make it giveaway. I give everything to my viewers. This month, okay, not last month, this month I have already given 450k account from Tech Profit Trader to 150k account, and tomorrow I will give another 150k account to my viewers. I have some ethics actually. That is why, of course, you can do it, man. Of course, you can do it. You have to do is just follow the rule, follow the way I told you to do it. 550k account, one win stop, 2 loss stop, and just switch the account. Foreign account has from South Africa and Madeline. I really don't know. Is there anyone? I mean, I know that some of you are from Africa. Who is here from South Africa? Can you please tell me that is it allowed in your country to buy the funded account? I think you are allowed. Bro, one more thing. Do you have any personal problem with Pro Trader Path? No, of course not. Because I miss him with you. I don't have any personal problem with him. I wished him to his birthday. It was 21st April, 21st April, his birthday. I wished him. We don't have any problem. He's my childhood friend. I think he's not because he's not active because he is in Australia and the session time is actually difficult for him because it's midnight over there. The New York AM session is the midnight over there, so he doesn't trade the it's New York session. I think. Okay, I'm not sure 100%, but I think next 5 years, and I will keep 10K for you. No, if it takes 5 years, then man, you should stop trading. 5 years is too long, man. I don't know that I will be alive until 5 years or not. So its time is short. You have to make it very soon. You have to just follow some specific things. If you can do it, oh man, it's very easy. Come on, man, it's really too easy. All you have to do is to follow something. That's all, man. $540 subscriber. Wow, I didn't notice that, Mahdi. Thank you guys for subscribing to our channel. It's 540 subscribers. OCT has been satisfied. I've been watching you for 2 weeks. I maybe saw like 3 losses, 30 wins. No, man, it's not like that way. Trust me, man, it's not like. Try to learn how to read the market, how to react from a specific level where I look for order block, where I look for breaker block, where I do nothing, where I try to start to look for entry opportunity, where I let the price go. Just try to understand those things, man. You will learn a lot of things. Just try to read the market. Reading market is everything. If you know exactly from where this market will react, how did I know that it is going to react from there? Why I was so much confident about taking buy here? I was not confident enough to take the buy from there, right? I was taking the buy here, but not while it has fallen here. No, not interested to take the buy, or while it was going higher. I was looking for the fair value gap over there. Didn't get the fair value gap, didn't use any other logic to take the buy. No logic here. Just I needed the fair value gap. Why was that? Here, I didn't wait for the fair value gap. I was using the inverse, this first presented gap. Not even the order block. Why I was looking for that first presented gap. Then here, this inverse gap, why it was important to me. Why I was using the propulsion block. Why I was not using that order block to take my entry. How I am marking those levels. Exactly where I am taking the partial. How long I am trying to hold my trade. These things are important. If you understand all of these things, because while I frame any trade, I almost every time I explain them. Why I'm thinking like that way almost every time. Sometimes I don't explain, sometimes very rare, where I do my own learning. If I do my own learning, then I don't explain those, okay? Otherwise I keep explaining the price action. Why is that? I don't do like this way. So let me show you. Come on, man, that is a buy and that is a boom, 80 handle boom. Rest of the day I will just talk about this. No, I don't do that. This market is trending, it is going, I'm explaining the price action, explaining the price action, how it is going to react, explaining the price action. This one is some kind of my experiment. It didn't work. Okay, so that is why I didn't explain what I was thinking over there, how I was thinking and why I was thinking. I didn't explain this why. But all of this area, even if I get stopped out, I told you how far it can reach. If you can learn all of these things, man, look at the first presented gap top reaction here. Let me remove this one. Look at the reaction from this top. What did I say here? Why you didn't push the button? I just didn't push the button because people will say you are over trading. But what did I say? This is my re-entry opportunity. I will get my boom. Which candle I am going to get the boom? How did I know that this candle will give me the boom? Because this is 11 candle? No, sir. Because the next 10:59 candle has traded this propulsion block, retested that propulsion block here. It has been retested that propulsion block. So the next candle has to give me the boom. If it failed to give me the boom, I will get stopped out for sure. That is why I was saying that this candle is going to give me the boom. How did I know that specifically that candle will give me the boom? This was the reason, because it has traded the propulsion block. If it wouldn't trade that propulsion block, I wouldn't say that this candle is going to give me the boom. I would say that, okay, I would wait until this propulsion block is not traded. This gap, I don't have any value to this gap. No value to me, this gap. It should be unfilled gap, but I don't have any value to this gap. It has been traded the propulsion block. Next candle has to give me the boom. If it doesn't give me the boom, that means I'm wrong. I'm not interested to take that entry anymore. My trade is done here. So I hope that you got the point. Try to understand that things, man. Just my country is restricted. Hassan, just my country is restricted. Oh man, come on. I lost always in Monday and Thursday. Why? Because you told yourself that I'm going to lose money here. That's why you lost. Like I told myself that I'm going to lose money on Friday. So I lose money on Friday because I told that to me. If I told that, okay, Friday is too easy to me to trade, I wouldn't never ever lose money on Friday. But I told myself I'm going to lose money on Friday. So I lose money on Friday. Just my country is restricted, Hassan. I'm really so sorry for that. But Hassan, you talked about earn to trade, right? Earn to trade. They're too cheap, earn to trade, and they have the opportunity to go for 400k. If you buy 50k, you will be able to reach until 400k. Hassan, we have to, even you don't need to pay the activation fees. So all you have to do is you have to buy the challenge account, and then if you can pass it, they are going to provide you the funded account. Earn to trade. Just use the code T2 Wizard, you will get all of the the discount over there. Just get 10k live account full port, you'll make so much. Come on, man. Looks like that way. Well, guys, no trade is valid for me after 11:30. So I think trade is done for me today. And we will see the market. Of course, tomorrow I will give that 150k account tomorrow, inshallah, if no load shedding. Around this PM session, I'm not sure I'll be here or not, but if I come, you will get the notification. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here and for leaving the like. This is the only thing I keep asking. 168 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Event horizon is there. Okay, I can see that event horizon is here. DB, where were you, man? Which platform would you use for 5 accounts? Which is the best deal today? If you ask me, I will keep saying you about Take Profit Trader because they are going to give you daily payout. So if you use the code T2 Wizard, you will get a 30% discount and no activation fees for Take Profit Trader. This is the best because they are going to give you the daily payout. Now, other than this Take Profit Trader, you can try My Funded Futures. I never appreciate any of you to go for Top Step. Why? Because Top Step is expensive. One account is going to cost $198. Man, I don't ask for something that I don't like. I don't ask for that. So Top Step is expensive. I don't like it. If you are looking for cheaper one, then go for My Funded Futures, Take Profit Trader, Earn to Trade, something like that. If you are interested about direct funding, then you can use the platform called Tradify because they are stable, because they are too long time they are here in this market. Just my opinion, brother. Okay, trade with your code, inshallah. Yeah, Hassan, but we have already talked about that, and you know that when you should buy that, right? Until then, please don't buy. We have already talked about that, Hassan. PM session, bro, I'm not sure, Richard. I don't think so. I'll be in the PM session. I'm not sure. But if I come, you will get the notification over here. By the way, if any of you would love to join to our Discord, you can join us through this link here. That is the link. You can join us through that link. Well, 114 votes, 46% people are from Europe, America, Canada, Australia. Come on, guys, earn that money. We are going to meet on day, inshallah. So if you are with us in our Discord, you will get the notification whenever I'll come in live. You will get the notification over here. Okay. Thank you, Mahdi. Thank you for sharing this, man. Thank you so much. You're most welcome, Hassan. And thank you, Mahdi, for sharing that link. What do you think rest of the day, bear or bullish? I'm not bullish, I'm not bearish. I will go for any kind of opportunity. But if you ask me, I really would love to see it will keep going higher, but not going to dip everything because this is the NFP week. No trade is valid from 11:30 a.m. New York local time Wednesday to until 8:30 a.m. New York local time Friday. This is a rule that should not be broken. This rule should not be broken. Okay. In NFP week, no entry should be taken between 11:30 a.m. Wednesday to 8:30 a.m. Friday. You know why most of the people are not able to make 200k US dollar? Because they don't want to follow the rules. This is the rules. They are not patient enough. They want to trade everywhere. That is why they're not making that money. If they follow these rules, how many rules do I have? I think 15 rules. All rules are different. Okay, it's different type of rules. If they follow those 15 or 20 rules, actually 200k, making 200k is like drinking water. It's something like that. It's like drinking water. That much easy. It is that much easy. But you have to follow these rules. It is forbidden, man. If not a leaf, you are going to eat Divi's luck. Divi's duck. Come on, man. Nobody kills my duck tomorrow. Let's see, Divi. I'm really sorry for that. Thank you guys for being here. Anybody has any question? If you have any question, let me know. Otherwise, I'm done. And did you learn anything from here? Please let me know that as well. If you learn anything from here. I tried my level best to explain this price action. I'm not going to say that first presented gap didn't work. I will say it has been worked, but I got a stopped out because of my stop loss. I was not able to put the stop loss in the most logical level. That is why I got stopped out. Otherwise, it worked perfectly. The first presented gap stopped the market, sent it lower perfectly. Then I have explained this order block entry. I have explained that order block entry, propulsion block entry. Then this inverse gap with this bullish gap with the fair value gap with the consequent crossment. Then order block, propulsion block didn't give me the entry over here. Unfortunately, I missed it. Then this first presented gap entry. I talked about the fair value gap entry here. Didn't get that entry opportunity. That order block entry until certain level. Come back again. Propulsion block entry. If you get stopped out because of the stop loss 16 handle, how to take re-entry where your stop loss has to be, where should be the target. I have already explained everything. This is that propulsion block re-entry opportunity from the propulsion block. These all are important. Okay, someone. Thank you. Anybody has any question? If you have any question, let me know. Okay. Thanks for your guidance, Tito. It was a great training today. Thank you, John. I don't think so anybody has any question. Anybody? Guys, come on. Nobody wants to write nothing. Why you are so quiet, man? Yeah, no trade should be done. Of course, you can read the market with your paper money, but real trading is not. You can trade through your eval, no problem. But funded accounts should not be entered into this market. I talk about funded account, sorry, eval account, because for eval you have to pass that. Until you are not getting your funded account, eval trading is absolutely wasting time. Madalona, whatever you are seeing, I'm seeing the same thing, brother. Whatever you are seeing, I'm seeing the same thing. I have no other monitor, nothing in front of me. While I'll be back in Portugal, I will actually make my setup again. I have already broken my setup. While I came back to Bangladesh in 2022, I had three monitors, but I broke all of them. I mean, I'm not broke. I actually sold them while I came back to Bangladesh because I was like broken around that time. Whatever it is, but I will reset my account. I don't use the SMT because I don't have any other monitor. If I had the monitor, like six monitor in front of me, maybe I would kill every single move. I feel like that way, man. Come on. Don't think don't I'm not saying that I'm like that, but I feel like that way. If I had six monitor in front of me, I would kill this market. I would kill everything. I'll just break the market maker. I feel like that way because I'm using just one chart. 80% of the thing I I presume that. I assume that, okay? I don't know how to say that thing. I'm from South America and was not in the list. So you are the special one, see? You are a special brother. Baragan, you are a special brother. Yeah, Mahdi, I did it. I did the analysis maybe 5 days through my phone. And I framed lot of entries, even lot of entries through my phone while I was in my sister's house while she was having her baby. I had only my phone and I was in front of my phone only. Come on, man. I don't. Oh man, I forgot those days. I don't know how to ride a bike. I don't know how to ride bike. This is the daily chart, brother, and this is the hourly chart. That is the only thing I don't know how to ride bike. I'm always the passenger. I'm still waiting because I'm expecting something around 12 a.m. Is that 12 a.m.? Yeah. I'm expecting something around 12 a.m. Some kind of big run. That is why I'm still here, okay? So sorry if you are getting bored. I don't know. I'm expecting some kind of run around 12 a.m. because market is consolidating here. So 11:30, from 11:30 exactly market enter into the 11:30 here. This is that 11:30 candle. From this candle market is consolidating. If it consolidate, then last macro of the morning session, which is 11:50 to 12:10, give the expansion. So I'm waiting for that expansion if it give me that. I'm short. Okay, Gany. Best of luck, brother. Yeah, 12 p.m. Absolutely red cherry pump. 12 p.m. It's not expanded yet. I need the expansion actually. This gap, and remember here I was explaining a gap here around this area, trap gap. This gap and this gap are the same gap, trap gap. Here, that was the gap. They are the same gap. It is called the trap gap. New week opening gap high and new week opening low. What's that? Can you explain it? That is new week opening gap high. That is new week opening gap low. What explanation you are asking me, brother? A gap high and a gap low. What kind of explanation you are asking, brother? New to opening gap is a gap which has been created around 5 p.m. close, 6 p.m. open. So in between 5 p.m. close and 6 p.m. open, if there is a gap, that gap is called new day opening gap. The high of this new day opening gap is the high, and the low of this new day opening gap is the low. And new week opening gap is Friday close and Sunday reopen. Come on, baby, I'm fine. No trade is valid from 11:30 a.m. to Friday 8:30 a.m. New York local time. No trade is valid to your funded account. It's a forbidden rule. Please don't break that rule. Either way, no trade is valid inside the lunch hour, which is from 11:30 to 12:50. Come on, baby, all night, fine. Hit the dance floor, hit the dance floor. I don't know, baby, I don't know tonight. Baby, I don't know tonight. Come on, dance floor, hit the dance floor. And baby, I don't know tonight. Baby, I don't know tonight. The dance floor, the dance floor. I don't know. Baby, I don't know tonight. Baby, I don't know tonight. No trade is valid. Either way, this is the lunch hour. No pushing button is valid from 11:30 to 12:50 in a normal week. This is NFP week. No trade is valid from 11:30 a.m. New York local time Wednesday to until 8:30 a.m. Friday New York local time. No trade is valid in between these two areas. Either way, this is the lunch hour, so it is not a valid area to trade. First of all, secondly, this is the NFP week, so no trade is valid this PM session, tomorrow's London session, tomorrow's New York AM session, tomorrow's New York PM session, as well as tomorrow's what to say, I mean uh, the day after tomorrow's London session. It's not valid. Come on, and find me. Hit the dance floor, hit the dance floor on. Baby, I don't feel control. I don't want to come. Oh, it's too much volatility. Someone told me before the session that Trump is going to speak. Do anyone know that when the Trump is going to speak? Anyone here knows that when Trump is going to speak? Because I think that Trump is going to speak around here somewhere. The size of this candle is going to tell me, and the volatility suddenly in this market is telling me that maybe Trump is going to speak here somewhere. 36 candle. So suddenly it has started to give a huge volatility. Yes, he's speaking right now. Okay. Yeah, that is why this market is, I mean, tentative. It is tentative. but the size of this candle is telling me that there is something happening. Look at the size of this candle. Suddenly there is a lot of volatility. It will go higher, but just pending observes business peak 8 p.m. She is going to speak around 8 p.m. I guess. It will go higher, but the price is just too much volatile right now. But it's okay. Either way, it's not the trading area, so I don't care about that anymore. Brother from another mother, how are you? AVX Phoenix. It's been long, brother. I didn't see you. How are you, man? How are you, brother? You okay? He's talking right now. Okay, maybe he's talking. Okay, I don't know. Maybe he's talking because the volatility suddenly in this market doesn't seem good to me. I'm not sure. Okay. Thank you guys for being over here. I will just close my stream after 12 because I was expecting around 12 it will give me expansion because it was consolidating here. But I'm not getting the speed. I have no idea. I believe that it will tap to this 50%. I believe that before tapping to this 50%, it's not going anywhere. So let's see, this is the last opportunity, the last candle that can give me the run toward that 50%. If this candle failed, then rest of the time market can keep falling. For this relatively equal lows here, it can keep falling. If this candle failed to reach here, whatever, I'll just wait until this candle close and then we are going to meet each other tomorrow again, inshallah. And tomorrow is going to be the 150k take profit trader account. So let's see if this candle can give me that run toward that 50%. This volatility is absolutely absurd. Okay, this is why trading inside the lunch hour is too difficult, too much difficult for me. The price doesn't respect anything around this lunch hour. Either way, this is not the area to trade actually. Okay, so guys, yeah, he is, yes, look at the oil. Okay, the oil is maybe doing crazy. Either way, remember this line and then until this two green line, sorry, blue line. After this two blue line, this is the last area. I'm thinking this market will go for today. This new week opening gap. Let's see if we can reach over here around this area today. That is my expectation. Okay, I'm not sure about that, but maximum this line should be the last line, or market has to reach until this line before some kind of reaction or anything. I believe like that way. If it happens, perfect, but otherwise no trade is valid. Okay, no single trade is valid from today to until 8:30 a.m. New York local time. See you tomorrow. Until then, cheers guys.